Have you ever wished removing resin prints was just easier? Like instead of scraping, you could just pop them off? Well, that's what this is supposed to fix. This is the Wham Bam flexible build plate system. And honestly, this is one of those upgrades I've seen around for a while, but never actually tried. Wham Bam was kind enough to send this over, along with some other stuff I'll check out here later, but this was one of the things that I was most curious about. In the box, you get a flexible build plate, a big magnet that sticks to your existing build plate, some hardware, and even some sandpaper to prep everything. Now, I didn't need to use the hardware for mine, but you might need it for yours, so double check the instructions for that. And if you've done resin printing for a bit, you already know removing prints can kind of suck. You're sitting there scraping at it and trying not to stab yourself, hoping that you don't crack the print, and sometimes it just does not want to come off. So the idea here is pretty simple. Instead of scraping, you pop the plate off, flex it, and the print releases. At least that's the idea. I'm installing this on my Anycubic Mono M7 Pro, but they make these for a bunch of different resin printers. The install was actually pretty straightforward. You clean the build plate really well with IPA, and then you use the included sandpaper to rough it up quite a bit so that the magnet will stick better. Clean it up again with some IPA, and then you're gonna stick the magnet on. You definitely want to take your time here because once that magnet is down, it is not coming back off. Now, technically, you're supposed to wait like 72 hours before using it, but yeah, I gave it like 5 minutes. So we're gonna see how that does. You do need to re-level your bed after installing this, which is expected because you're adding a little bit of thickness to the build plate and it's gonna throw everything off. So now the real question is, does this actually make removing prints easier, and do prints still stick properly? And just to be clear, I haven't used this long term yet, so this is more of an initial impressions. So I ran a few prints on it and right away, everything stuck fine, which is not surprising because they make fantastic FDM build plates. But now for the part that actually matters, instead of grabbing a scraper, you just take the plate off, give it a little flex, and the print should just pop right off. And yeah, it actually works for the most part. You do need to flex it quite a bit in order for the print to come off. Sometimes it did take me a few flexings of the plate to get it to fully release. And honestly, this is just one of those upgrades where it doesn't change your print quality at all. It just makes the process way less annoying, which for resin printing is kind of a big deal for me. There are a couple things to keep in mind though. You do need to re-level your bed. The install is kind of permanent, and it does add a little bit of height to your build plate, which means your max height that you can print on is going to be just a little bit smaller. But overall, removing prints has been easier. It feels a bit faster, and there's less chance of damaging anything. Price-wise, it's about 64 bucks for the kit, which honestly feels pretty fair for what it does. Wham Bam also sent over these slap mats, which have just been amazing. I love these things. They also sent over this drip setup that allows you to hang your vat to drip. I haven't had a chance to really check this one out yet, but it does look really cool. Overall, I like resin printing. I just don't like every part of it. And this definitely helps with one of the more annoying parts for me. It's not perfect though. The flex plate does help a lot, but it really works best when the print has enough surface area on the plate. Smaller prints can still be a bit tricky to get off cleanly, but for anything decently sized, yeah, this makes things easier. So if you're printing resin a lot, this is probably one of those upgrades that's actually worth it. And if you want to see my review of the Anycubic Mono M7 Pro, you can check out this video right here. This is Adam from the Rad Dad Print Lab, and I'll see you next time.